Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge, which we'll be going to do round the mountain course as we return. But this time for just sections 8 to 10. I believe 18.8 kilometers long in this TT style event. As we're back on the Supersport bike after a couple of episodes away, as we have got 9 opponents, mostly Kawasaki's, a couple of Triumph Daytonas, and a fellow Honda. Let's see how we do. So we are revving up at the start. Let's get underway with a bit of a wheelie. Well, it's nice to be back on a Supersport bike after just the relentlessness of a super bike. Trying to just keep up with that thing can be very tiring. So if we get back on the Supersport bike, we've learnt some things from the Superbike which enable us to be a bit better on this thing. It's already up to 6th gear and it already feels so much slower on the Supersport bike than the Superbike. Even at max speed there. As I said about the Superbike brakes, they're much worse I felt than the Supersport, so I've got that feel down as I go through Churchtown. So I hope I can be much better on the braking on this thing. And in general, as I said, just be better as well. As I don't know why I turned right there in the middle. Just needed to turn left. As you can see, it got us slightly offline as well. It's all a bit wide. You can see virtually touching the pavement, touching the outside as well. Going over some bumps as well in the 6th here. As this section, I don't know, of course we should know by now. After a couple goes on it. But before we did that fallout, we haven't really ridden around this part of the track, so let's see if we can actually remember it. As we get down to 5th, really slow down for the left-hander. Didn't need to do that much. Now we're slowing down for Parliament Square, trail breaking into this first gear corner. Right-hander clipping the apex. That's nicely done. We're way ahead of our opponents behind, so hopefully we can have a nice clear run on this attempt of the mountain on board our Supersport bike, like we had with the full lap, of course, where we were battling someone in the middle of it. Might have cost us winning the whole event then. I know, of course, it is just practice. Don't count for much in that. As you head towards the hairpin. This is why I remember this part of the course. As you go into this tight corner, use the walls, of course. Don't actually need to brake for the apex. Just use the walls, bounce off it, you know? That's what the professionals do, isn't it? That's all. Now we're going into a tight section, remember? Oh, it's not this corner. It's this corner, which is very tricky. That's all. You've got the camber that works with you, getting towards the apex corner. And on the exit, it just pushes away. Pushes you towards the outside, so... bit messy there. We've still got a good gap behind. I think we're first on the road, which is very nice. As well, we can just concentrate on ourselves as we head towards the gooseneck. Get down to 1st. Could maybe take that in 2nd on the Supersport bike. Definitely can't do it in 2nd on the Superbike, but on the Supersport bike, maybe be able to get away with it, but then that might harm the acceleration way out the corner like we had there. That was pretty damn good. As you go through the right, through the left, should I say. Now we're going through a right-hander. See, one of these days I'll get my left and right sorted out. As he slowed down way too much for that. Didn't even need to dab the brakes. Just need to let off the gas, get it down to 5th probably. Be fine, but be interested to see how we do in this sector. Because I reckon on that full lap we did, mostly got my time. And the first half of that was to go through Guthrie's Memorial. Very bumpy corner there, and you got the wall on the inside. Because if it wasn't so bumpy, you could take that much faster. Just like this corner of the walls. Get down to 4th, and there you can see so much faster. As I was saying, if we're pretty quick in the first part of the lap, and our full lap, I reckon we won't be quick in this sector then. And you saw visually we were slow in this sector. So look at this, over 180 miles per hour. For a bit of a confidence lift there. As we go through some bendy right-hand bends. We've got some bumps as well to negotiate. We've got a left-hander here. Get it down to 4th. Accelerate away, that's nicely done. So yeah, I'd be very interested to see what our time is at the end of this. On the Supersport bike, I think on the Super bike we were a bit better, but on the Supersport bike we were very slow. As it was our first time really encountering this beautiful section. You know, high speed, beautiful countryside either side. And I remember this section particularly because this corner coming out is where I binned it on one of my previous attempts. Just lost concentration with that right hander, just drifted wide. And that was after being, I think, 17 minutes into that lap. So I only had 4 minutes remaining. We didn't have a long time after that. Very annoyed with myself. But we got there in the end. Just like you do in every event here in this TT Isle of Man game. It may take a while sometimes, but we do get there as we go through the bungalow. Get down to 3rd. Accelerate away. As I thought this section would be over by now, but it seems to be a bit long section here. Let's go through the right hander. You've got another corner coming up. Brady well. Down to 4th this time. Didn't really extend that corner, have a very wide arc entry rise there. Maybe need to improve on that. So we go through the lefts. So there's some bumps as well in the middle of that corner. On the inside. So I had to get it down to 5th. So we clip the grass on the outside. But we survive and make it across the finish. Just about 6:22. Oh, fastest by a country mile. What I was saying, we'll be slow through here. As we win by 26.9 seconds ahead of Windsor on the Kawasaki. Then quite a few Kawasaki until the triumph in 5th of Mancini. And in right back is Nicholas Hartnell. And that was it. Don't have the option to do it on the Superbike, do we? As in it's like next time we're heading to Super Hillside TT. And then we've got a mass start event there in June before we end up on the Subaru Milford Street Circuit. And then we return to the mountain course in July. But I hope you enjoyed that event on board the Supersport bike. I got no outtakes, I think, from this event either. So, hope you enjoyed the run. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.